Philip here. We've just finished the prize-giving ceremony at the Silverrudder 2022. And one of the very, very special prizes that was given this year was presented to Nick Andersen, 16 years old, and by far the youngest Silverrudder competitor ever. Welcome to the Silverrudder team, Nick.
Thank you very much.
Nick, we'd like to just ask a few questions. Nick, tell us, what motivated you to race the Silverrudder?
I think it was a great challenge for me and my boat, and a great challenge to do all the preparations that trip takes for my boat and me. So I think it's that, yeah.
Nick, tell us what type of boat you raced in?
In a Beneteau 323, 32 feet long, so the medium class.
Amazing, well done. Nick, if you had to suggest or recommend to other Silverrudder youngsters that would like to sail, how would you suggest that they prepare for this race?
I think it's a preparation for yourself and your boat, and the combination of you and your boat is very important. So you and your boat shall do very good in every scenario you can think of, and you should think of every scenario you can find in that race around Fyn. And so just think of all the things that can happen, and the different sails or maneuvers you have to do with your boat.
Yeah, because it's funny, this single-handed sailing, isn't it? You have to always think about what can go wrong. You have to have a slightly pessimistic attitude towards, you're sailing, everything looks great. What if? What happens? Where's my plan B? What happens if something goes wrong? How do I handle that? And not letting that totally ruin your race. Nick, you've told us how you prepared for the race and how you'd suggest other young people prepare for the race. What did you find to be the most challenging or the most difficult part of the race?
The weather was fun this race, but I think the most challenging part was in Lillebælt, where we had a lot of current, but with us. My GPS plotter stopped working, so I couldn't see my course over ground and the speed over ground. And that was really challenging, because when you don't have so much wind, you don't have speed in the water, but only on the ground, and we had a lot of current with us, so that was a bit challenging, but everything else worked fine.
Yeah, it's interesting, because as a racer, you become really dependent on knowing what the difference is between your speed through the water and your speed over ground, so you can see where the current is, and constantly monitoring those two to decide whether you should, stay in the shoals or in the deeper water. That's good. And the GPS dropping out isn't unusual in the Little Belt, because the magnetic field under the Little Belt Bridge. Nick, are you going to come back again next year if they let you?
Yes, I am.
Great, I'm pleased to hear it. I'd like to say, you've really sort of stood up and told the world that it's possible to do the Silverrudder Challenge at the age of 16, and I hope to see a lot of people your age taking up this challenge next year in Svendborg. It'd be great to see them, and I hope you'll help us promote the Silverrudder youngsters community, Nick.
Yes, I will.
Great, we appreciate that. Thanks.